Are you bringing an Aussiedoodle home soon? Well, here are 5 things you do not want to do with your Aussiedoodle puppy. So let's get straight into the video. Number 1, you do not ever want to punish. Dogs, especially Aussiedoodles, learn the best with positive reinforcement. And if you don't know what positive reinforcement is, it is basically giving them praise or rewarding them with either a treat or a toy for a behavior that they do. So for example, if let's just go from the basics. If you want your dog to sit, you definitely want to express verbally when they do actually sit. Good job, yes. Great job, yes. Whatever your dog's name is, yes, Jackson, that's my dog's name. Again, verbal praise. And then on top of that, you want to give them treats, reward them for listening to you, and again, doing the behavior that you want. You don't ever want to scold them, yell at them, any negative energy. It really is a harder time for them to learn. Through that technique, through that strategy, again, I definitely recommend using positive reinforcement to train your dog. Tie that in with consistency. Your dog will learn about anything really quickly, especially Aussiedoodles, because they are very smart. Number 2, you do not want to let them create the habit of nipping/biting. So because Aussiedoodles are herding dogs, meaning that they love to be doing work, they love to traditionally go out on the farm and herd cattle and sheep, they tend to instinctively nip at your ankles and bite at your ankles, almost rile you up like you are sheep very early on in puppyhood. Again, you don't want to blame them, you don't want to be mad, you don't want to scold them, but again, you want to be patient with them because they just don't know any better. So if you are welcoming home an Aussiedoodle, you want to make sure that if they do start to nip or bite, make sure that you always redirect with a toy. I tell this to most Aussiedoodle owners, just from my experience, to always have a toy in your back pocket. You never know when your puppy will start to nip. The importance of this is that every time, literally every single time they nip, you want to put a toy in front of their mouth. That'll eventually teach them that, okay, nipping at your ankles, I'm not going to create that habit. I'm going to create the habit of nipping and playing essentially with a toy. And again, combine that with consistency and positive reinforcement. Your dog will outgrow eventually the nipping and biting stage. And I'm telling you, like, it could be very brutal, but again, be patient, and I'm sure in no time they will outgrow it. It did take Jackson a few months, 3 or 4 months, to really outgrow that nipping stage. So again, be patient with them. They are definitely dinosaurs when they are little, but again, with proper training, positive reinforcement, and a lot of patience, they will outgrow it. Number 3, this kind of ties into number 2, but do not wrestle with your puppy. Because they are working/herding dogs, wrestling can be seen as aggressive, and as they grow older, as they grow bigger, you don't want them to wrestle you when they are older. Aussiedoodles especially are known for their high energy bodies. They are a very active breed. And so although it may be cute when they are small and a puppy, when they grow, it might not be cute when they are wrestling you, trying to herd you and trying to nip you, and them thinking it's play. So definitely don't let them create that habit of wrestling and playing that way, unless you want to. Number 4, this is such an underrated tip, but I definitely recommend not letting your puppy roam around the entire house freely, at least for the first couple months. By having them to a confined space, such as maybe just 1 or 2 rooms, it helps teach them proper potty training. Because they're still learning about the world, they're still learning where and when to go bathroom, and if you expose them to basically any type of the house, maybe they'll think that, okay, maybe I'm not supposed to pee in this room/poo in this room, but I can pee and/poo in another room. And obviously that's not the thinking that you want them to have. By confining them to 1 space inside the house, and also on top of that, a backyard or wherever they're going bathroom, they'll only think about 2 spaces in their head, one where they sleep/play/eat, and then on top of that, another space where they just pee and do their business. Trust me, it'll be a lot easier for them to learn potty training this way. Kid you not, Jackson, through this method, learned potty training within 2 weeks once I got him home. So definitely recommend that. And lastly, number 5, do not let them jump on you. Again, going back to the whole herding, working dog breed topic, they have a lot of energy, and not only will that energy grow as they age, but also the jumping can get very chaotic, especially towards guests and family members. You also want to be cautious of what type of behavior, what type of habit they are creating early on, because again, they're setting the foundation for the rest of their lives. So it's definitely imperative that you really correct them and show them the right behaviors to do and ignore the bad behaviors that they potentially might create the habits from. But yeah, guys, that concludes today's video. If you do have an Aussiedoodle and have any tips for any future Aussiedoodles, let them know in the comment section down below. I'm sure it could be very helpful for a lot of people. As a reminder, please hit that like button as it really helps in the YouTube algorithm. And if you're new here, welcome. Please hit that subscribe button too, as it really means a lot to Jackson and me. If you aren't part of our Aussiedoodle lovers / owners Facebook group, the link is in the description. All I ask is just no promoting or selling of puppies. I just want this to be a place for tips, tricks, ask questions, and ultimately just share the joy of Aussiedoodles. Tell your dogs you love them. Jackson, I love you. Thank you for watching.